And there it is. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. We're doing it again. That funky thing. We're doing that thing that we do around about this time. I don't know why I'm sweating. Anytime you're seeing me sweating, it's not because I've been on the treadmill, although a lot of you would like to see me do some exercise, but no. It's simply haven't taken a shower, then I don't know, for whatever reason I do sweat. So there it is right there. So gather, come and join. One man went to mow. The session commences and your company required. The usual protocol: as you're coming in, please click on the please click on the like button. So make sure you do that. And then if you're not already subscribed, then do us the favor of doing that as well. So click on two buttons as you're coming in, the like and the subscribe button. So having done that, then lean back, kick back, take it easy. Relax, share the hyperlink on your social media spaces. The usual protocol, you know how it goes. One man went to mow, the eagle has landed.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Inyamadika yabika kwa namno wao. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo. Mwanemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. Just sing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. When I sing along, holy, 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 is another Savior. Getting it right and getting it faster now. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, holy, getting it right, faster, never freedom. Is another Savior. Yeah, for freedom. Holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior.
onye du aịkọ o meriwo n'izu olile ya abakarị mama dawụra ụlọpụghị meri Nnamdi win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three ụlọpụghị meri Nnamdi win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three ụlọpụghị meri Nnamdi bụ onye du aịkọ o meriwo n'izu mbiro ya abakarị mama ndawụra ụlọpụghị meri Nnamdi win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three ụlọpụghị meri Nnamdi win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three ụlọpụghị meri Nnamdi win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three ụlọpụghị meri Nnamdi win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three ụlọpụghị meri Nnamdi win the war Python that's one Python that's two na Python that's three ụlọpụghị meri Nnamdi.
And there you heard it. Nnamdi wins the war. So the story persists in the East. Nnamdi wins the war. So that's the insistence, the voices of defiance from the eastern part of Nigeria. So the defiance continues in the East. As guys, I bring you this. So there's a video clip to actually go with this first headline. It's nothing at all to do with Nigeria. Disoriented Joe Biden sticks out his hands to shake thin air and talk to himself after making speech where he falsely claimed to have been a professor for 4 years. So there it is right there. So as soon as Joe Biden was inaugurated, which was however long ago, I predicted on Facebook that within the first 2 years of his administration, Kamala Harris will find herself in a position where she has to step forward whilst he steps down. So it looks as though that prediction is going to come to be sooner a lot earlier than I anticipated. Disoriented Joe Biden sticks out his hand to shake thin air and talk to himself after making speech where he falsely claimed to have been a professor for 4 years. So there it is right there. It was than Buhari, if there was ever such a thing. So sorry, the Americans, but there it is. We're dealing with the same thing in Nigeria too. 2023 Northern Group reveals only candidates that can win presidency. So quite who they are drumming for, we'll find out just shortly. Osinbajo's group, 2023 group drums support for Osinbajo presidency in Ibadan. So there it is, Osinbajo, a juggernaut that would not be stopped. No matter what you say, you can call him Iscariot, and you can call him a fundamentalist, but it's clear in his head what his achievement will be. But who is your choice, really? Because there's another name in the mix. June 12 hero, MKO Abiola's son, Kola, joins PRP party, consults on 2023 presidency. So quite what makes Kola Abiola a candidate for presidency? What is his antecedents in politics for him to make so bold is the thing? Or is it just totally and entirely an Omodadi narrative? So Omodadi narrative, or is it? So we'll find out shortly. APC Senator Stella Odua secretly obtained PDP senatorial nomination form after tricking Attorney General Malami to frustrate 7.9 billion fraud trial. So Stella Odua, of course, a name that is notoriously linked with everything criminal. That she's now picked up a senatorial a senatorial ticket now. So everything in play. And then this final story as well. U.S. approves $1 billion fresh military helicopter sale to Nigeria over insecurity. So the narrative of the Nigerian security forces being under-equipped is fast becoming untenable now, with all these helicopters and all these super planes and all these super whatevers that is being invested in them, both by the Nigerian state and by the largesse of the American space. So more kits to come for the fight against insurgency. So all of that in place. So lean back, kick back, take it easy, relax. Click on the usual buttons, the subscribe button, if you have not done that already. If the subscribe button is showing red on your screen, then do the right thing and make sure that it is showing gray. So gray the subscribe button out and click on the like button as well. So as you are doing that, to attention as we come in properly via the Nigerian, or once upon a time, the Nigerian anthem, Arise, O compatriots.
To the Nigerian national anthem, Mr. Albert Congo raises the flag of the new nation.
And there you heard it. Nigeria, we hail thee, and we hail thee. Indeed. So Nigeria, we hail thee. As guys, I bring you this. U.S. approves $1 billion fresh military helicopter sales. Fresh military helicopters sale to Nigeria over insecurity. The Joe Biden administration in the United States has given the green light for Nigeria to buy advanced attack helicopters worth nearly $1 billion. Despite concerns about the country's human rights record as it battles threats from criminal gangs and extremists in the north. According to correspondents, the State Department on Thursday announced the approval of the $997 million sale of 24 Bell AHIZ Viper helicopters and related equipment to Nigeria. The related equipment includes guidance, night vision, and targeting systems, as well as engines and training support, the department said in a notice to Congress. The sale went ahead after a November 2021 visit to Abuja by Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, during which he raised concerns about Nigeria's rights record. At the time, though, Blinken also made clear that the United States regards Nigeria as a partner in combating terrorism and Islamic extremism in West Africa and the Sahel, a region alongside the Sahara Desert, stretching across North Africa, and is looking to increase cooperation with it in those areas. This proposed sale will support the foreign policy goals and national security objectives of the United States by improving the security of a strategic partner in sub-Sahara Africa, the department told Congress. The deal will also better equip Nigeria to contribute to shared security objectives, promote regional stability, and build interoperability. That's a new word to me. And build interoperability with the United States and other Western partners, and will be a major contribution to the United States and Nigeria's security goals. The notice said, Nigeria's security forces have long been accused of human rights violation in their operations, with personnel involved often escaping justice. In October 2020, the Nigerian Army opened fire at a demonstration in the country's economic hub, with where hundreds were protesting against police brutality, killing 11 people and injuring many, according to a government-backed panel. During Blinken's visit on November, he said the United States was looking forward to seeing the full results of the investigation and will make a decision on arms sales to Nigeria based in part on the findings and whether those responsible were held accountable. Nigeria is also facing a growing threat from armed gangs and extremist rebels who are now working together in the country's troubled northwest and threaten to further destabilize an already volatile region. Nigeria, Africa's most populous country with 206 million people, has been battling violence in the north, and an alliance between the two groups could worsen the crisis, analysts believe. So there it is right there. The Americans are coming. Or so there it is, the Americans are coming, but really, you know, okay, let me play you a clip to trail this other one, because if the Americans are coming, which American is coming is the question. Certainly not Joe Biden. Watch this in alarm and somewhat in mirth as well. So watch this in alarm and mirth. This is the American president.
God bless you all.
So there it is. So go get that smart skirt suit, Kamala Harris, because there's going to be a knock on your door fairly soon. There's going to be a knock on Kamala Harris's door very soon, and the person on the other side of the door will come in and say, "Good afternoon, Madam President." Disoriented Joe Biden sticks out his hand to shake thin air and talk to himself after making speech where he falsely claimed to have been a professor for 4 years. So this is the American president. This is the thing. We're in trouble. United States President Joe Biden looked lost and disoriented when he turned around and stuck his hand out as if to shake hands, but there was no one else on stage on Thursday, April the 14th. Just before the gaffe, the 79-year-old president said he had served as a full professor at the University of Pennsylvania, despite never teaching a class at the school. Footage from the event shows Biden ending the speech in Greensboro, North Carolina, with the sign of "God bless you all," before turning to his right and saying something to empty space behind him, before bringing his hand out to shake thin air. He then frantically turned back with a bewildered look on his face and then wanders around the crowd in the auditorium. This comes just a week after Biden looked disoriented during an event that saw former President Barack Obama visit the White House for the first time since leaving office. Footage of the incident has been shared on social media, prompting backlash against White House for Biden's apparent cognitive decline. So there it is right there. So I did predict as soon as this guy was voted in, I wish I could share my Facebook space with you. But as soon as this guy was voted in, I just said, "Arise, President Harris." So there it is right there. You know now, old age now, if American president or not, you know, catches you, whether you like it or not. Also back to Nigeria, 2023, Northern Group reveals only candidates that can win presidency for APC. A group, United Northern Nigeria Youth Forum, has said, oh, right, okay, this is where we're going. Okay. A group, United Northern Nigeria Youth Forum, has said Central Bank of Nigeria CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele is the only person that can win the presidency for the All Progressive Congress. Correspondents report that although Emefiele is not a known member of any political party and has never declared his intention to run for office of president, some support groups across the country have been marketing him. Mohammed Salisu Danlami, convener of United Northern Nigeria Youth Forum, stated recently at a press conference in Lokoja, Kogi State, that Emefiele has been exceptional and thus deserves to succeed President Mohamed Buhari. In search for the next president, we must consider somebody who is tribalized and somebody who is not a normal politician. All Among all appointees of President Buhari's administration, no one has performed like the CBN governor. Emefiele is the only person. Emefiele is the only person qualified to occupy the position. He is highly competent and stands tall amongst other candidates. Dalami. So Dalami is more like Danladi, isn't it? Danladi, no, this is the thing. Too much burukutu in the north. Burukutu and tramadol. That seems to be their diet in the north. Burukutu and tramadol. 2023 still, our group drums support for Osinbajo presidency in Ibadan. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, since his official declaration to contest for the highest political seat in the country, has on a daily basis gained the much-needed support as a group known as the Patriotic Movement for Osinbajo 2023 has also thrown its weight behind his presidency project. So let's just pause there for a moment. They are saying a group known as the Patriot Movement for Osinbajo 2023 has thrown its weight behind his presidency project. So where else would a group known as the Patriotic Movement for Osinbajo throw its weight? Are they going to throw their weight behind it, behind Buhari, behind what is his name, Tinubu? Or is it Rotimi Amechi? The Patriotic Movement for Osinbajo 2023 has also thrown its weight behind his presidency. That's a ridiculous statement right there. The Southwest chapter of the Patriotic Movement for Osinbajo 2023 on Friday at a popular hotel in Ibadan, the capital city of Oyo State, drummed their support for the candidature of Professor Yemi Osinbajo, stressing that he's the best candidate for the 2023 presidential race. The group, in a communique read by Mr. Kola Kazim, a staunch member of the group, said, "We are happy that the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has declared his intention to run for president. He has decided to take the mantle of leadership from President Mohamed Buhari." He said further, "We thank and commend our able president, the Grand General Commander of the Armed Forces, President Mohamed Buhari, for giving the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the privilege and capacity to represent the country on foreign engagement. It is our belief that all these assignments have exposed our man, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, national and international, that should be to national and international governance. Professor Yemi Osinbajo, whilst he was Attorney General of Lagos State, his landmark achievements are incomparable, and which has placed Lagos ahead of other states in the country. This has no doubt assisted him in his office as Vice President of Nigeria, Kola said. In their separate remarks, the former Vice Chair of Egbeda Local Government Area, Chief Mogaji Mashood Ode Lalu, who also doubles as the Southwest coordinator of the group, and Honorable Francis Taiwo Ajayi, the publicity secretary of the group, both described Osinbajo as a very loyal man. Ajayi maintains that Osinbajo's loyalty has assisted in his contribution to national policy. He stressed that Osinbajo has greatly contributed to the remarkable achievements achieved so far by this administration in all sectors. Mogaji Adelalu, in his words, described Osinbajo as a competent, very vibrant Nigeria whose liberal culture has made him a great Nigerian. He said, "We have gathered here today because we are here to express our support for Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo, for he's our son and for he is capable to lead the country to the promised land." So there it is right there, the Osinbajo train steam son. The Osinbajo train steam son, but somebody that is boarding, that is not even boarding that train, but setting off his own train from the station. is this person. June 12 hero, MKO Abiola's son, Kola, joins PRP party, consult on 2023 presidency. Kola Abiola, son of late acclaimed winner of the 1993 presidential election, Moshood Abiola, popularly known as MKO Abiola, has joined the People's Redemption Party, PRP. Kola on Thursday joined the PRP as it unveiled its timetable and guidelines for the 2023 general elections. He vowed to mobilize the youth to drive the ruling All Progressive Congress APC out of power in the next general elections. According to Kola, the choice of PRP instead of the ruling APC or People's Democratic Party PDP was premised on the party's consistency with its ideological beliefs. He, however, said he had not decided on an elective position yet, as he would need to consult with people. He said, I have looked at the history of political parties in Nigeria and believed that this is the party for Nigerians. I believe in equal opportunity, and I believe this party represents all the ideals that I believe in. We have a youthful population that has been cut out of political process. The first thing I want to do is to disrupt the political process and give the true owners of Nigeria the choice for their voice to be heard. Only PRP can give them that. We will mobilize the youth to own this process and give the PRP a rebirth. I intend to bring value to this party, to the youth, to the political system, irrespective of what I decide to go for, he added. Alhaji Falalu Bello, chairman of the party, said presidential aspirants will cough up 10 million naira, whilst governorship aspirants will pay 2.5 million naira. So there it is right there. The latest name hinting towards the presidency, Kola Abiola, back to reclaim or here to reclaim his father's mandate. U.S. approves $1 billion fresh military helicopters sale to Nigeria over insecurity. I think we've read this already, have we not? Yes, no, we have read this just now. So now let's land on this now as the final readout. APC Senator Stella Odua secretly obtained PDP senatorial nomination form after tricking Attorney General Malami to frustrate 7.9 billion naira fraud trial. Stella Odua, a Nigerian senator and former Minister of Aviation, has finalized her defection from the ruling All Progressive Congress APC to the People's Democratic Party PDP correspondence gather. Odua on August the 27th, 2021 left the PDP for the APC. A source told correspondents that the senator returned to the PDP and secretly obtained the party's nomination form to return to the Senate. Senator Stella Odua has finally dumped the APC and moved to the PDP after days of playing hide-and-seek games. Having used Abubakar Malami, the AGF, to frustrate and hang at trial and prosecution at the Federal High Court Abuja before Justice Iyangeko on allegations of fraud, embezzlement, and siphoning of 7.9 billion naira when she was Minister of Aviation, the source said. Correspondents on Tuesday, March the 29th, 2022, reported that the former aviation minister had concluded plans to dump the ruling APC for PDP. Correspondents reported that the senator had held closed-door meetings with Ayim Pius Ayim, a PDP presidential aspirant, and some party leaders. She used Senator Ayim to reach out and perfect her new arrangement, an agreement with the PDP leadership preparatory to her decampment to PDP in the next few days, a source had said. The move came a few days after Malami orchestrated different strategies to compromise and frustrate the prosecution of Odua, who has corruption cases hanging on her neck. The trio of Abubakar Malami, Governor Mia Malabuni, and Senator Ahmed Lawan are feeling used and dumped by Stella Odua, having been briefed and realized that she has used them to frustrate her prosecution and betrayed their agreement and accord by finalizing arrangements to dump APC for PDP in the next few days, sources added. Correspondents exclusively reported in 2021 that Odua's trial by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission over 7.9 billion naira fraud might be scuttled going by her secret plot with Senate President Ahmed Lawan and Malami. However, correspondents learned on Friday that Odua had reached out to the PDP members in her zone and her town in Ogburu local government area to secure the PDP senatorial nomination form for Anambra North Zone. Having obtained the form secretly so that the office of the AGF Abubakar Malami and also the national leadership of the APC would not know that she has used them to stall and frustrate her trial before Justice Eko, then having achieved her aim, she has finally used and dumped them, another source confirmed. It is most disturbing and disheartening that 3 years after the EFCC concluded its investigation into the case of diversion of 7.9 billion naira and embezzlement of public funds perpetrated by Stella Odua, she's still evading trial and justice. She has been summoned to enter the witness box and take her plea about 5 times so that the trial can commence. But Malami and Governor Mia Malabuni, Yobe State Governor and former chair APC, shielded her from justice and the long arm of the law by frustrating the case. The same Stella Odua has now run back to the PDP and obtained PDP nomination form. Odua is being prosecuted on 25 counts of money laundering alongside Gloria Odita, Nwobu, Emmanuel Nandi, Chukwuma Chinyere, Global Offshore and Marine Limited, Crystal Television Limited, etc., etc. Correspondents gathered that the arraignment of the senator was aborted at the Federal High Court in Abuja during the last adjourned date over a letter written by Malami. When Odua and 3 others were called into the dock to take their plea, counsel for the 7th and 8th defendants objected to the arraignment on grounds that their clients are being persecuted by the EFCC. According to him, the aggrieved defendants had petitioned Malami seeking a review of the charges against them. Ogu informed Justice Eko that the AGF, upon receipt of the petition, wrote the chairman of the EFCC to remit the case file to his office for review, adding that in flagrant disregard to the AGF's letter, the EFCC had bluntly refused to remit the case file to the AGF. He tendered a certified true copy of the AGF's letter as received by the EFCC chairman and urged the court not to go ahead with the arraignment until the petition had been resolved in the interest of justice. However, a lawyer for the EFCC, Efom Uket, denied any knowledge of the AGF's letter, adding that as a staff member of EFCC, he was just citing the letter for the first time in court. The counsel urged the court to disregard the petition by the defendant and proceed to arraign them. He said that the AGF would come to court if he had any opposition to the arraignment. However, Justice Eko said since the petition was raised as both a statutory and constitutional matter by the defendant, he would not proceed. Odua's planned arraignment before then in the corruption charges had been stalled 5 times, largely due to her absence in court. So you're charged to court, but it is at your discretion if you turn up. The Nigerian way, nothing changes. So Ajanle Koko, good to see you. Thomas, good to see you. So have you ever heard such a thing, Thomas, that you're charged to court, but then it is up to you whether you turn up or not? Are you there, Thomas? All right, we don't have Thomas. Ajanle Koko, are you there?
Yeah, woman, how are you?
Good to have you, Ajanle Koko. So yeah, I was just saying Stella Odua, she's cleverly manipulated the APC to use them to quash her corruption charge, only to move back to the PDP. But in the readout, apparently, anytime she's meant to appear in court, she just ignores it, and that's fine. They will just rearrange. So appearing in court now at your discretion, the Nigerian judiciary system.
First of all, for abandoning PDP to APC and now come back, tells us that she is not a stable politician. She doesn't believe in the ideology of the party that have given her, so much support, and her people strong support for her to attain the position of senator. But it is left for the people to now decide whether to give her support this time around. Or for me, I think the people in PDP should not give her any support this time around. They need to, our people should start showing to this politician that they won't get their support for their misbehavior. Going to APC, she went there for, she did, I'm not sure if she consulted with her constituency. She just left on her own. And now she...
But surely she left for self-preservation now. She needed to have that case quashed. And so she went to avail herself for sure more or less promise that come to APC and all sins are forgiven. So she went to APC to quash her case. She quashed it and then she's come back home. It was business now.
Yeah, it's business. So
it's business now.
The people should stand up against her and let her know that they are not, they won't allow her to use them whenever she like. So she thought that people she doesn't value the people that giving her much support to be what she is today. So the people should respond by rejecting her this time around if she's really vying for that senatorial seat again. So it's left for people in a senatorial zone, if they can, if they stand with her again, that should tell us something about who our people are. I don't think, and the party, particularly again, I believe she won't be able to get the ticket because
she's spoken to senior people before she's making the move, so it's almost certain that she will get it. She's a sitting senator now, so she stands a chance more than most to retain the seat.
Is she a sitting senator or a former senator?
No, she's a senator as we speak.
Yeah, she still occupied that senatorial seat.
Yes.
Or a former senator?
No, she still occupies the senatorial seat and is looking to revalidate her mandate.
Oh, okay. People in PDP should reject her. She's not a stable politician. She doesn't care about what they stand for. She just cares about herself. She's jumping from one party to the other. So a strong candidate should come out from PDP to challenge her in the contest. So and I know that PDP they have the structure on the ground to for another candidate to challenge her. So it's left for them. It's left for their people. So if they want to go with her again, they can go. If they don't, it's left for them. They are all that's a nonsensical political party that we have. That is why they don't care jumping from. There was a difference between APC and PDP. They are the same. If one side does not favor them, they go to the other side because they know they can still have their way between the two. So it's left for the people of their senatorial district to decide. That's
all right. All right, thank you, Ajale Koko. So, Ajale Koko, it looks as though history is about to be made in America again. Just a moment ago, you had your first black president, and in a moment's time, you will have your first female, and not only female, but Indian president. Watch this, Ajale Koko.
God bless you all.
There it is already. Babati Tan. Look at that. So pretty much the game is over for Joe Biden. Surely now that is the end of Solomon Grundy. So at least he had this moment and he fulfilled the lifetime ambition. He was called Mr. President for at least a year. But arise, President Kamala Harris from Chennai, India.
Well, it's not guaranteed for Kamala Harris. Some others candidate will come out for that position as well. So we cannot totally say that.
But she will end the tenure, surely. I mean, if he has to step down, then she just by constitution steps in.
No, Biden is not going to step down. He's going to complete it.
No, he's not.
He's not going to step down. He's not
going to complete anything now. You know that.
What do you mean? We live here. I'm telling you.
He's going to step down due to ill health.
He's not stepping down.
Of course he will. Even before the end of this year, but certainly by early mid next year, he will not be president now.
Well, let's wait and see. But I know they will package him. They won't want to give a very bad image of their party. You know the way they do. Politicians, they will continue to manage him and package him and continue to hide him.
He has 3 years solid more.
Not 3 years. It's just 2 years more. It's just 2 years.
Yeah. When did they come in?
He came in last year. So
yeah, it's barely the president. It's not up to a year the president yet, and it's debilitating at this rate, and it's going to survive another 3 years at this rate of debilitation.
We are in 2002. He came in 2001, isn't it?
Yes.
He came in 2001. So
yeah, so it's 1 year. It's barely 1 year.
1 year. Yeah. So, but the way he works in America,
he's not going to last another year. He's not.
Hold on, one man.
So Kamala Harris, just I'd let the Indian woman have it now.
Well, let's wait and see if his condition is observed to, if his condition deteriorate more than what the party leadership can.
They will persuade him to step down before he fully becomes a laughing stock, which he already is turning into. Here I am laughing at him now, so he's already somewhat a laughing stock.
Well, let's wait and see. So far, I think he's still doing a good job. So if the condition looks very bad for the country, the party will weigh on him, to step down, as you said. But we got to keep watching.
Look at that. He's shaking thin air. He's saying he's a professor for 4 years. Somebody that a man and boy, everybody knows his history.
Well,
and he's talking to outer space, and it's the American president. You want that one on the nuclear button? They will tell him to step down, man. We will last 1 more year. That is guaranteed.
Well, let's wait. We got to keep watching. The party leadership watching the situation. If it gets worse than they can bear, and surely they will tell him to honorably, leave, and but I know that they will keep on managing him, packaging him, make sure that he's getting his medication right, and know the right time for him to let him speak to the public, and
are they going to use the Buhari technique and go and hide him away in the White House? Is that possible in America?
No, that's not possible. The president have to speak when it's time to speak. He cannot. It's not the way that is run in Nigeria. He cannot be hidden away from the people. When there's important matter, he has to come out and speak and address it. That's the way democracy works. So, and just like you said, if the situation deteriorates further than what the nation can bear, they will surely let him go. They will surely let him go.
It's like mid-level senility is what we're seeing now, isn't it? Mid-level senility. It's not quite full-blown senile yet, but 79. And it's been through a lot of trauma, so the game is up.
It's not. It's still manageable now, but we don't want it to deteriorate further than what we are seeing now. It's still manageable, So.
All right. Thank you, John Lekoko.
But obviously, it's not good.
No, the game is up, but I don't see him lasting a year. But hopefully, I will be here when he steps down, and then you can say, yes, you predicted it's one man. So let's go back to Nigeria. U.S. approves $1 billion fresh military helicopters sale to Nigeria over insecurity. So that narrative of the security forces being under-equipped, it is starting to wear thin now, because they've just brought them a set of a fleet of fancy jets not that long ago, another fleet of fancy helicopters now to be delivered imminently. So now down to you, boys. Just end it now. Would you say, Ajan Lekoko?
It is one thing to get military equipment. It's another thing to use it effectively to achieve results. Buying that helicopter is good. It's good for our military. It's going to equip them better, to fight against the insurgency. But the one that already bought, the Tucano jet that they were celebrating about before it came, the one that Trump approved U.S. to sell to Buhari, what have they done with it?
They've been using it to bomb. They've just now used it to kill the ISWAP lead commander within the last 24 hours.
Hold on. At the situation, how is the security situation? Has it got better?
It's not going to just end suddenly, but certainly we are hearing reports of activities by the military. So we are hearing that.
You are hearing from the military. What do you see yourself?
I'm not on ground, so it's only what we hear.
Hold on,
it's only what we hear that we hear now.
You see the train just recently attacked.
Yes, that's what I said. It's not going to end immediately, is it? It's not going to end. It's
not being used effectively to achieve the desired result.
Really?
And we have seen people. We have seen people in different villages said that they will see helicopter, they will see the plane, they will hover around the sky. We call them, they will hover around the sky, and they won't bomb these people. They will just hover around the scare and then go away. So what I'm saying, it is one thing to get it. It's another thing to use it effectively to achieve results. It's not just to buy it for decoration. The one already been bought is not. It has not achieved the desired result. They've not put it into use effectively. They've not put it into use effectively. The security situation is deteriorating. It's getting worse every day. These people are enlarging.
Is it getting worse? Are we just seeing the final hurrah of the insurgents? They are not going to go tepidly. So they want to live with the bank. They want to, go down with the ship. So
did you not see? Did you not hear from what do you call the little short man from Kaduna saying that he want to import mercenaries to come and fight because Nigerian military is not winning the war. Look at recently they took people into the bush. Look at Kaduna airport recently attacked. Schools recently attacked. A day before yesterday in Plateau State, 70 people were killed in a village. They went and massacred them. In Plateau State, yesterday they went to Benue and massacred a lot of people. The killing spree is at an alarming rate. And the military, with all the equipment they have, they are not winning the war.
All right, hold fire, Ajanle Koko. Let me quickly bring you this. Just a very quick read. Nigerian military kills ISWAP commander Abu Fatima, 15 others with Super Tucano air strikes in Lake Chad. The Nigerian military has killed an ISWAP commander Abu Sufyan and 15 others of its fighters with airstrikes from A-29 Super Tucano on the fringes of Lake Chad in Borno State. It was gathered that the Nigerian Air Force, a component of Operation Hadinkai, launched a series of airstrikes at the hideout of the terrorists in the north of Dubularam in blah, blah, blah local government area. The operation was conducted after intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions revealed the presence of several fighters who had converged on the area in their preparatory move to launch attacks on troops in the axis. Makama Zagalzola Makama, a counterinsurgency expert and security analyst, said the successful airstrikes were carried out on April the 9th, 2022 by the Nigerian Air Force, Super Tucano, in coordination with the MNJTF, Niger Air Task Force, etc., etc., targeting an identified hideout of the terrorists in the north of Mate local government area. The surgical airstrikes were conducted on the strength of credible intelligence, which indicated that the commander and his fighters had taken a position to fight back against the crushing intrusion of their enclaves in Lake Chad by the combined forces. A ground assessment showed that Abu Fatima, a high-ranking ISWAP commander of Rajal Amen Special Forces, who took over from Bakuru RPG and Adam Kaiga after they were killed in previous military airstrikes, was neutralized in the attack. The notorious ISWAP commander, who has about 500 fighter troops under his special forces, has his jurisdiction in the entire southern islands, including blah, 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 blah. So there it is right there. So another success story using the Super Tucano jets. Ajanle Koko.
One man. I don't believe them. I don't believe all this story. This is just story. It's a bunch of nonsense story. When Kaduna is not safe, Kaduna that is the strong, we have the strongest formation of our military there. The heart of our military might is Kaduna. If Kaduna is not safe, if about 10 local governments is under the control of banditry in Kaduna, what a nonsense Nigerian military is telling us. Did they think we are stupid people? Where you are based, the strongest base of our military is not safe. You are telling us you are achieving victory in other side of the country. Come on, it's all nonsense. This is the way they lie, just to deceive people about we.
Is that not the heartland of the insurgency, though? The Borno, that's the heartland of insurgency, surely. So that's where they need their entry points. Is where they need to nip.
No, they should secure Kaduna as well. Kaduna, where they are present, where the strongest formation of our military, they should secure that place as well. A lot of people are killed in Kaduna every day. A lot are kidnapped. Some of the students that were kidnapped recently, their family have to pay millions of naira. Insurgency and what do you call these people? Bandits are getting richer every day. Nigerian people are getting poorer. They should stop telling us all these lies. All the equipment used for given to them, how far have they used them to achieve, to secure the country? The country is not secured. The entire north is not secured. It's just, do you know how many times that Nigerian military came out with a statement that they killed Abubakar Shekau? Several times, over 10 times. It's a very shameless military. Nigerian military is very shameless. They come out with lies. They tell lies all the time. I mean, it's a military without, I mean, how do I describe them? No integrity. I mean, when military speak, military should be able to come out with a true position of what they have done and not lie to their nation. When they lie like this, that means they are failing and they are just making statements to cover up their failure. This is what they have been doing. And that is why we are not seeing the success on the ground, because they lie all the time, consistently lying to the nation. And if they are winning, do you know that the assembly about 3 days ago called that the chiefs, the military chiefs should be, all of them should be expelled. They should be sacked because they are not seeing result of what they are doing. All the military equipment, what have they done? What have they achieved with it? The military budget, since Buhari came in, if I get it right, I think they have voted over 4 trillion naira for these people to buy equipment. And no result is achieved. The assembly is frustrated that why funding you guys and we are not seeing results? Where is the money going? All the money being voted for you to buy equipment and to perform well at the war front. Why are you failing? Why are we not seeing results? So the assembly just recently, I think was 3 days ago or earlier this week, just calling for the military chiefs to resign, that they are not achieving the result. So they should not tell us all these things. So my situation, I mean, my position is this. It is good to buy it. I will approve that, yes, they should. But
what do you think? Surely, even as much of a critic of the government as you are, you cannot just suggest that they are buying it just for decoration. So
no, that's not what I said.
So then they're using it for a purpose, are they not? They are not buying it just to pack it and admire it.
I'm not saying that they buy it for decoration. What I'm saying is that when you buy military equipment, you buy it to achieve a desired result.
They are not using it aggressively enough, is what you are suggesting.
I don't know what is going on. Why are they not using it effectively to achieve the desired result? The result is that we want to have peace. We want a country where that is secured, where people can go to their farm, where people can travel around the country. It is their job to do it. They have voted so much money for them. They have bought so much equipment for them, and still the insecurity is getting worse every day. The security situation is deteriorating every day. We are not seeing the result of what of the military equipment they have acquired for them the recent time. The Tucano jet that they were celebrating before it came down, when they got this jet, it got a reconnaissance jet. It doesn't have to. It's like a helicopter. They can land on this on the hard surface. They were talking all good about this jet. Now this jet came, and we are not seeing anything that this jet is doing. So this one, again, that they are going to acquire, it is good to acquire it, but are these people, will they be able to use it effectively to achieve the result? It is not just to buy military equipment and just put it there just to have it on the inventory that, oh, we have this. But what is supposed to be used for is not being used for effectively. So it is Nigerian military. There's a serious problem within our military that we need to look at. If Boko Haram have infiltrated the military, they need to take them out. And the Nigeria military does not have that intelligent capacity to win the war. It is not by shooting or by fighting, irresponsibly that win the war. It is intelligent. Our intelligent gathering is very poor, and that is why we are not winning the war. We need to improve our intelligent gathering, because on the basis of a good intelligent gathering, that will lead the military on how to fight and where to go and where to deploy officers, to take these people out of their hidden places. But we don't have good intelligence. That is why we are not winning the war. And no amount of equipment you have, if you don't have a good intelligent gathering, you cannot win the war. That is the problem with Nigeria. It's just sad.
Are you saying good intelligence gathering or intelligent officers, like good gathering?
Both.
Yeah,
we don't have brains. We don't have. They're all yam heads.
Yes, both now.
Okay.
If you have good intelligent officers that can go on the ground, get all intelligence that are needed, then the military will be well equipped with information where we have all these terrorists, and then the military can launch attack, a simultaneous and well coordinated attack, to ravage them and take them out. But we don't see that. And the way these people move, that the way Nigeria, you see, is operating the war, the way they are fighting the war, they are not fighting it in a simultaneous and well-coordinated manner. Because if they go and hit them in Zamfara, these people can move from Zamfara to Sokoto or a neighboring state. And so they'll be moving around up and down like that, because they have forests that link those states, link those states from one part of that state to another. So, but we are not fighting the war right. we are not fighting it right, and that's why we are not winning. So having the equipment and you cannot coordinate and launch a simultaneous and well-coordinated attack, we cannot win the war. It is not the military, it is not the equipment that win, but it is the way you coordinate and, you know, the way you coordinate the war that will win the war for you. And better equipment, I mean, intelligence gathering as well. So those are the areas that Nigerian military need to work upon. A good intelligence gathering and simultaneous and coordinated attack against these people. That is what we win us the war. So I welcome the
news.
I welcome the news that U.S. is giving them, is selling them that helicopter, but Nigeria itself, Nigerian military need to improve on their tactics. Nigeria is poor on their tactics. Their tactics in fighting this war is very poor. That is what they need to improve about or improve upon.
All right, thank you, Ajale Koko. So, Ajale Koko, it looks as though rescue might well be on its way. We've been here before, but nearly, but it looks as though the mission might well be completed now. Latest name to conjure with, Kola Abiola for president. How does that rhyme with you? He joins the PRP, signaling intent. What are you then making of Omodadi joining politics?
I think he has done something marvelous there for not joining the two biggest criminal party we have in Nigeria, APC and PDP. He demonstrates right there that he really wants a change, a re-change, a new direction for that country. I've been saying it on this platform that the two parties, we have to go all out to kill those two parties. They are the enemy of that country. If we don't kill these two parties will kill us. We kill that country, and we will have no country anymore. So for Kola Abiola, people will have expected him that, well, he's from a rich moon, he's friend to most people that in those parts, but he refused to join them because he knows them better, that they are looters. And he doesn't want to rob his family name, particularly his father's names, with looters. And so he went the other way by joining PRP.
He said they actually gave consideration to the two parties, but in terms of ideology, he feels that his worldview, it coheres more, it's more in tandem with PRP than any of the two juggernaut parties.
Yeah, we know what PRP stands for. PRP.
Who is PRP anyway? Is it not another Malam party? Is it not another Aboki something?
Yeah, let me tell you, PRP has been existing since the Second Republic. It was the party led by Aminu Kano. And we know what Aminu Kano represents during his day. He's a leader of poor people from the north, but from Kano. Is the leader of poor people. Very simple man.
The Talakawa party.
The Talakawa party. So, and their ideology is to uplift, take poverty, take people out of poverty. And that is their ideology. I mean, they have, you know, all their program is to benefit poor people. So for Kola Abiola to look at that party and say, this is the party that Its ideology, you know, is the ideology of the party, you know, attracts him. It tells us that, yes, it's really genuine in his heart to work for poor people, to take poor people out of poverty. So I have to commend him. He has done a good thing, and I wish a lot of our people.
But he has no antecedent in politics, though. So is this entirely just daddy's name? Is this just daddy's name politics now?
All those that have antecedent in politics, what have they done for your country? Have they not destroyed your country? One man. Are they not the people that destroy your country? All these people that you see as politicians that have antecedent like Tinubu and all the rest, are they not the people that destroy your country? Right now, we don't need all those people. All those people you are seeing as people with antecedent in politics, they're all there with their antecedent in politics. What have they given the country? What have they done well for the country? They have destroyed the country. They have run the country down. We need to sack them. So if
we get an apprentice, you see all these apprentice presidents, you know, that people seem to be romanticizing with. It's not really, you know, I mean, it's somewhat ludicrous, isn't it? An apprentice president.
What do you mean by apprentice?
When somebody that has no history in politics, then they'll become president to go and learn from there.
Those that have history in politics, what have they done to your nation? Have they done well for your nation?
So do we then hand the country over to somebody that knows nothing at all?
Do we have to? Are you recommending?
If people that are politicians are this bad, then why would they then give it to a yam head that knows nothing?
Are you recommending that we should continue with this politician? Is that what you're recommending for us? That we should continue with this politician that are killing the country, that put the economy of the country to the worst ever in the history of the country, the insecurity, the worst ever.
The Abiola name, the Abiola name is a name steeped in corruption as well. He was the bag man for Abacha, his father, and that is the backdrop of their wealth.
No, it's not. What do you mean by bag man to Abacha?
To Babangida rather, not Abacha. Was it not Babangida's boy?
This is Abiola's son. This is not Abiola.
What's the backdrop to the name that he wants us to? He's not asking us to invest in him now. He's asking us to invest in the family name. And what is the antecedent of that family name? It's corruption.
Well, what that family name, what it represents today, is a name that gave us democracy that we have in Nigeria today. The democracy that some people corrupted, the democracy that ought to be working for the people, but you see, hijacked by criminal and turn it around in their own favor and at the detriment of the people and the country. So the father died for democracy that we are enjoying in Nigeria today. So he has taken a good step for not joining with criminals that have used his father's name to destroy the country, but rather joining a party of a man, Aminu Kano, that is known to be friend of poor people, a man that work well for that country. Those are the people. Aminu Kano is one of those that sacrifice everything for that country. Non-corrupt, simple man, eat on the street with poor people, live with them, and they don't give money. All the people that support Aminu Kano, that rally around him and everybody, it was on the basis of what he represents back then, that a leader that is not corrupt, a leader that really want to serve the country. And he has served the country in many capacity before. I think it was commissioner of, I mean, something of treasury. I can't remember the. No, during the Go1 time, he was a commissioner for. I can't remember the portfolio. Do you know that somebody came to bribe him? You know what he did? He took that money and he went and paid it into the treasury.
One man.
He went and paid that money into the treasury. And he brought the paper. They said, which money? They said, which money is this? They say, he said, don't worry. He paid into the treasury and he have the receipt to show to that person who was seeking for favor from him that, look, the money you pay me, I have paid into the treasury, and I'm sorry, you can't get that favor. If you are qualified for this job, you will get it, but never bring money. That money you gave is paid into the treasury. What does that tell you of that person?
He's a con man.
I want to know who have sacked will be campaigning for. That's what I want to know.
What did you say?
Kola or Yaya Bello? That's the question I want to know.
What did you say? What's your question?
Between our brother, or yes, this is the thing. This is what we want. Yes, no, he's asking who you remember Hafsat Abiola that declared for Yaya Bello. You remember?
Let me tell you, that one that declared for Yaya Bello.
So we should go for her brother, or yeah.
No, that one is in APC, as aligned with APC. So she will go against her own brother. For, well, they can go against. It's in APC, and you never know what could happen. Family names is, blood is thicker than water. It could still come and join the brother if Yaya Bello could not.
There is no time that woman will ever leave his father's name in this race and support that Yaya Bello. We are watching in this country what is going to, what's trending and what's going on. Let us see if the great Abiola can be so
what are you talking about? Somebody that
this girl or this daughter.
Well, she's with but nothing we can do about that. That's her own. She can do. She's an adult. She can do whatever she wants to do. I don't even care about that.
But her brother was not in play when she declared for Yaya Bello. So yes, is she going to stick with Yaya Bello? Is blood thicker than water? Is it even half blood?
He's going to stick with Yaya Bello because he has taken a job as the director of campaign. So
to campaign against our own family.
No, that is for the primary now. What are you talking there? See the primary stage now. Yaya Bello is not going to get the ticket. Yaya Bello cannot get the ticket. Let's forget about that. So she's just within the party. What she's doing now is just to, organize a campaign, to lead the campaign structure for Yaya Bello towards the primary of their presidential primary. So, but that's that one apart. But what this guy has done, he has done a very good thing for not aligning with these criminal parties, two parties that we have.
Does it not show a lack of ambition? Does it not show a lack of ambition?
Look, what do you mean by not showing a lack of ambition?
Because is going into politics knowing full well that he would not really get anything of meaning.
If anybody that is thinking like that, I think it's not getting it right. You don't have to join party that cannot work for the people. So the two parties have not worked for us, and it is time for Nigeria to jettison them. It is time for Nigerians to kill those two parties. So any candidate from those two parties, any Nigerian still supporting any candidate in that party, is like someone that is supporting the destruction of himself, someone that is supporting, the extinction of he or herself, because they don't care about you people. They only care about themselves. We have to look a new direction. We have to go for new things. We have to go for new people, new set of leadership. Not these people. They can't take us nowhere. They cannot. They have failed the country. They are failed. Nigerian people have invested so much in these people. What have we got back from them? Failure. The nation is moving, is in crisis, and supporting them, you are going to support these people to drive this country into disaster. Disaster that, yes.
Yes. Osinbajo has not failed this country.
Forget about that nonsense. What is Osinbajo who told you that have not failed this country?
Everybody will disappoint that it's making. I can tell you the reason. I can defend it anywhere. Osinbajo never failed Nigeria before. So when we are training out the leaders, we will pick the best out of them to lead us well as well and to guide us. So inexperience will not affect us. We call ourselves youths.
Let me tell you, Ego.
Osinbajo has failed Nigeria.
Let me tell you, Ego, you don't get it right when you are. Osinbajo is part of the team.
Osinbajo is part of the team and has already failed Nigeria, so we don't need to continue with Osinbajo. If we look at this current administration, Osinbajo is being head of economy, and the major problem that we face in Nigeria right now is about economy. We are screaming about no job, nothing. If there's not good economy, there won't be a good job. There won't be security. And this man had this economy. But you can't say anything that we say like positive or any kind of like we do for almost 7 years now, 8 years now, for the economy of Nigeria. Everything getting from the better to the worst. And this man is in charge of the
reason I said he has not failed us. The reason I said he has not failed us.
What's the reason?
Even if they give him a position, if he's the position of the economy today,
yeah.
You saw his performance as an acting president in this country. The
what performance?
Dropped.
Brother,
excuse
what,
me.
I mean, what performance?
Dropped. Excuse me, sir. The dollar dropped. More jobs were created. People were able to live.
Which job? Which job? Capacity. Which job? You know what? I mean, don't just talk about that job created. Which job?
For a few months. So he has not failed us. You not go overrun your master, okay? Calm down.
Brother, I'm not arguing with you blindly. I'm arguing about the fact. He created job. Which job he created? How many jobs he created? How many people were employed during the active president? As economy in charge as the economy for economy in Nigeria, what was he done for economy?
But he
Tell
brought
me the fact.
Dollar down. He brought the dollars down. He brought down the dollar.
Who?
Right? Did he or not? So that man has never failed us before. He needs an opportunity to live in the full capacity. See, we just have an incarnation
don't just
of
argue blindly. Don't just argue blindly. Tell me the fact with evidence.
What do you mean by fact? Were you not in this country? How am I arguing blindly? Were you not in this
tell me the fact. You know, my fact is that
into the central bank and the economy of this country, and things was balanced during the absence of this president.
Balance
and there was no time the dollar rises in his few minutes of whatever of presidency. So what are we talking about?
Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself.
Given the maximum capacity.
Listen to yourself. You said about your correct job. What job you created? What job?
He doesn't know.
When you are able to stable the dollar and ensure that the dollar dollars.
How many change that we see in the dollar during after as president? How many change? How? What's the dollar before
when you are able to stable the dollar and the dollar didn't go out of
you don't need to continue on this part every day because you like somebody. Because you like somebody. Because you like somebody doesn't mean that person is a good. I know you like him. Wait. Let's do something. The best way for Nigeria now is
Bola Tinubu brought him here, do that. No, it's not even like that. If you had the story very well, you will know that it was even Buhari who chose this guy directly.
No. In fact, the deaf people, know that this objective was picked by Tinubu. You can't tell me that. There's no way.
The deaf knows that. Were you in the caucus meeting?
I mean, it's clear. It's clear.
Wait. Deacon, I have a question to ask you. You look like a smart guy.
I can give you them with fact and proof.
Actually, you look like a smart guy.
You're just telling me what I know. I will give you details of how that guy became the vice president. You will know that it was not an handpick of even Bola Tinubu. What are we talking about here, man? People just get on. You know, I don't like Osinbajo. I am not a Yoruba man.
Okay,
I need
hold
a
on.
best for the country, Oga.
No.
I'm not a Yoruba man.
Give us the details, Ego, of
See,
how Osinbajo.
when they called for these names, from what I read in Nigerian States and Government States, 3 names was presented. Even Osinbajo was the last name.
Who presented
this
the
was
names?
After,
Who presented the names?
Oyinlola was there. Oyinlola was there. Osinbajo was there, and one other guy. When I got the third name, I'll present it before you. It was then this guy called Bola Tinubu, according to information, they said he even rejected Osinbajo. You got to read and stop coming to the public and telling us what you cannot back up.
Ego, can you hear me? Ego, can you hear me?
I can.
Who presented Osinbajo's name? Who presented the names?
The 3 names that were presented was not presented by Tinubu.
Who presented the names?
Who presented the names?
Please. Let me go to that reading very well and find it. I'll bring it to the platform.
Cannot answer the question.
No.
Are you sure you are not on payroll? Are you answer another question. Are you on payroll?
Okay, give me another question.
Yes, are you on payroll?
On payroll?
Yes.
I say I will defend Osinbajo.
Are you on Osinbajo's payroll? How much is he paying? How much is he paying?
I don't need money from him.
Look at this
guy. I can take care of myself and my family.
Oh my God.
I need a better country for Nigeria. I'm not on payroll.
You sound like you're on payroll. You sound like you're on payroll.
And I will not wear bulletproof in this country. The leader has been made. Take it or you leave it. We are going to command. Listen. We are going to OSPC responsible to give him the ticket, or we will force these people to make him the consensus candidate. We, the people, will decide. Nobody can come and tell us what we know. Osinbajo is the next leader of this country, the next president. If you like it, take it or you leave it. What are you telling me?
I want you to
when
repeat.
When did people start shouting Osinbajo is the next
No, it has always been an Osinbajo man anyway.
Okay.
He has muted himself, or he doesn't know. He will just keep on. This is what he does. Oh, he won't hear a word. Look at that. Oh,
don't say anything against.
Look at that. He can't hear himself, and he can't hear anybody. But it's just look at it. It's quite a character. But back to you, Ajale Koko. He's still fighting, no? Or maybe he's talking to friends. Oh, all right, carry on, Ajale Koko. All right. Okay, let's go on. I don't think we have Ajale Koko for the moment. Let's go on to you, Solid. Then.
They're not born who? Where? Who they're not born where?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. But I don't. I think Ego is. No. I was going back to you. Ego is on another one again. You know how he is. But yeah, Ego. Back to you. Yes.
So Abiola's son for going to PRP is a good thing for our politics. It telling us that we should look the other way and not look in the way of this politician that have destroyed this country. And it's the right time for Nigerian people to look the other way. Vote for different party other than these 2 parties. That is when we are going to take our country back from them. People, I stand for Shore. If you want to stand for Abiola, go and vote for Abiola's son in PRP. If you want to stand for Party Tomi, go and vote for Party Tomi in MPP. Let us vote for different parties and just see how we can do something different this time. We need to change the direction of that country, the direction of the country now, the direction the politicians are taking this country through is a failure. It's a direction of failure. Let us change it. They are doing it for their own favor. This system favors them so much. Look at how much they are paid. Look at the Constitution. The Constitution protects them. It gives them, what do you call it? It gives them, what is that protection that the Constitution gives them?
Immunity.
Immunity to steal, to loot your resources while in office, and nothing can happen to them. You cannot take them to court. It gives them security. They have security around them all the time at the expense of you people. They have light in their houses. You don't have light. You don't have electricity. They can send their children to schools in abroad, better education. None of the children school in Nigeria. The educational system is in shambles. The health sector is in shambles. The health section is in shambles. When they sick, they go abroad. You can see it, Buhari, London every time. Buhari, he said he had injury, knee replacement, or what did he say? And people say that he worked so hard, he developed Lagos, he cannot even have a medical unit in Lagos that can do knee replacement for him. Is that not a shame? And you people want to continue to support them? Look at the governors. Every time they're going abroad for treatment, and they govern a state, they don't have. Look, Nigerian people, we just have to be courageous. Don't let us be sentiment about these people. Don't look up to them for anything. They cannot help us. They have destroyed that country. Let us go a different direction by voting for different parties. So for Abiola's son, I hope very soon he will launch his presidential campaign and he will start to go around the country, you know, to mobilize people. We have to shatter this system. We have to disrupt it. And the only way to do it is by voting for different parties at all levels across the country. That's the way out. That's the solution to our political problem. And once we can get that right, let me tell you, the insecurity problem, we will get it right, because you will see this new political party, they will come to town to say, okay, we want to solve the problem of insecurity. And what is the solution for insecurity? It's for us to have a local government police. It's for us to have state police. Every problem in that country is local. The security problem is local, and it can be tackled by local people. They know their environment, they know their community well, and they can fight crime in their community. But look at this system that empower the presidency. All the power that govern the country is in the hand of one office, presidency. The police, the army, the what do you call, the immigration, the custom. What are you talking about? We have to stop it. We have to throw this system away, and we have to change. We have to come with a new system that will work for all Nigerians, and that is what mentioned in the statement that he's doing it. But this party is a party that he knows can work for all Nigerians.
All right, thank you, Ajale Koko. You're breaking up somewhat, but let's go on from you, Ajale Koko, to Solly, just to manage the time. So, Solly, are you still there?
Yes.
So do you share in the excitement then of Kola Abiola's incursion into politics, stepping into his father's shoes, or at least following his footpath? So his incursion into politics and the pathway that's chosen via the PRP. So what does this add to the political landscape Kola Abiola declares for PRP?
This is a good thing, you know. Other youths too should be encouraged. You said governorship tickets is about 2.5 million.
Yeah.
This is not a lot. This is really not a lot. A lot of Nigerians can afford this. A lot of Nigerians can get into these spaces and go all around the country, you know, and apply for these roles. Do you think at least one of them will not win? You know? So the options are there. The options are there for everyone. But out of a population of over 200 million knuckleheads, you know, they want to sit there in their house and complain and say things are not going on and don't want to do anything about it.
It's Xbox, isn't it? That's what you guys do. You play Xbox.
How many of them can afford the Xbox, one man? You know. They are just lazy-minded and they don't want to task their brain at all. They don't want to tap into, they don't want to go through the stress of it. You know, even thinking about using their brain is stressful. They just want to sit down and wait and wait for a savior. That is why they run to religion. Religion is not a bad thing, but it comes to a point where you become so lazy. You want, you just want some kind of. They're expecting magic. What they want from religion is magic, basically.
Is it religion that they're even running to a babalawo or something now?
Anything that
Yesterday, somebody was telling us about somebody that did his girlfriend away and was sleeping with the cops for 6 days.
One man, I've seen them do unimaginable things, But the main question a logical mind should ask is that: is this going to make me richer than Elon Musk? Is this going to make me richer than Jeff Bezos? If it's not so what's the point? Some of them, they know what they are doing, but they don't believe in themselves, so they have to go and get something to believe in. Because we don't have a system that is structured, we don't have a system that is planned. Everything is just jaga jaga and gra gra, just to get it working. So Nigerians need to just stand up to and follow his footpath. It's that simple. It's a good example. This should be their role model, but this is not their role model. It's the one dancing on the streets, shaking his leg like a.
It's quite funny, actually. That guy, you don't hear his name that often in the papers. Kola Abiola. It doesn't make noise unless he has something to say. It doesn't just go straddling his father's name, constituting a nuisance to space,
How old is he?
I was just wondering, as you were talking about him being a youth representative, I could check. But let me see. Kola Abiola age. He sits on top of his father's empire, I imagine. It's 50, so which is still in the cusp of young,
Yeah, but that too is a problem. Most people in Nigeria, when they are 30 years old, they still call themselves youth. When they are 40 years old, they still call themselves youth. In the grand scheme of the whole space in the world, 30 and 40.
But that's still acceptable, surely, for a president, 50.
Yes, for a president. But when we are going for governorship roles, when we are going for local government chairman and all this kind of.
Actually. Sorry, this article was 1st of July 2012. Kola Abiola, the son of late MKO Abiola, is 50 today. So that was 2012. No, this can't be right. But carry on. This can be right. But carry on there.
So they have the money to do it. They have the ability to do all these things that they complain about, but they don't want to do it. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to go through the stress of reading the law. They don't want to go through the stress of going through the what's the name of this thing where they have to go through government processes, rigorous government processes. They don't want to go through all this stress because it is not their job. It's not going to put food on the table, and they are always looking for their present needs. It's a good step for him, but the age is not encouraging.
No, if he's 50 and he's going to be president, I don't think I will be worried if a president of Nigeria is under the age of 45.
Why?
And I will also be worried if the president of Nigeria is older than 65. So that's the bracket, 45 to 65. I'll be worried if you're under 55, because then I would wonder what life experience and expanse of knowledge you have accumulated to want to occupy that space. So I don't think you are rounded off enough in life,
one man
younger than 45 to be president of Nigeria. I will be worried. But if you are 45, I will accept. But if you are 65, I will accept.
Obama was under 45 when he became president of
US. That was the United States. Nigeria is a peculiarity.
One man is not a peculiarity. They are standards. They are world standards. If Nigeria was a working nation, do you think that we will not have over 50 billionaires below?
No. If Nigeria was a working nation, I would not be worried.
But
Nigeria as it stands now, okay, imagine today as we are speaking now, the Nigeria as you know it, somebody in his 30s is president. Will you not be worried unless it's some military guy that is just going around shooting everybody?
No, we don't have to be worried.
They will consume him. They will chew him up. They would savage him.
Ah, okay. Okay, I understand.
You know, it's not that he doesn't have the capacity, but he doesn't. He's not built enough strength. It's not, you know. But then I suppose if he becomes president, then you have to be strong to do that. But no, I think the ideal age is just that 45 to 65. That's a good space.
40, you know, 40.
Yeah, or even for maybe for but not 40, but maybe 42 to maybe 62. But yeah, that's age bracket. That's a solid demography for presidency. So there it is. But Kola Abiola, though, it's just the totality of his narrative is just the father's name, isn't he? Because he has no history of anything. It's only the Abiola name that people are excited by.
Yes.
All right, thank you. So you saw the clip, but if you did not see the clip, I'll play it to you again. So it looks as though now it's not only Nigeria that is going to get a new president February 2023. I think United States are also preparing to swear in another president. Watch this.
God bless you all.
Does what you see, does it strike you as somebody that is bright and alert and ready to take charge?
I've always known he is not bright and alert and ready to take charge. I've always known. Everybody knows.
In thin air. Hello, thin air. How you doing?
You know,
goodness me.
But most people, their hatred for Republicans, number one, and their hatred for Trump, if you ask them, they have really no logical reason to hate this
They didn't vote for Biden. They voted against Trump.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and look at what they have.
And that was what we did in Nigeria as well. But look at what we got and look at what they got.
Was it worth it?
I don't think so.
It was not worth it.
Do you see 1 year left in that guy?
What you guys don't know is that it is not the presidency that drives it. We have a strong country. So Biden, yes, we have seen it. But if the situation get worsened, he will be to tell you a country that works.
Enough. The situation is not bad enough. The situation is not bad enough.
Do you know what this makes America?
What it was than this?
I'm telling you that the institution,
you know, South Korea, they are already
the institution that governs.
The president of South Korea mocks him.
They can mock him. Anybody can mock him. Why not bring your own prime minister, who is a fraudulent leader that made rule, but was not ruled by himself, but rather was partying and doing party and disregard. Why did you bring your big belly prime minister? Why did you bring your big belly prime minister on the show to tell us that how corrupt he is too?
Who would you rather have? Who would you rather have, Boris or Joe? Who would you have, Boris or Joe?
Well,
but
the prime minister that is corrupt, that make a rule,
we're just trying to change attention
and the history of that country. The prime minister that is your prime minister that is been fine now.
We are talking about the American president who is 89 and the age is catching up with him. An 89-year-old.
That is who we are talking about. We don't want to change, you know.
But do you see him?
And your prime minister coming up with a law sending black people
leave Boris Johnson. We're talking about Joe Biden now.
Joe Biden is even the one that introduced all those crime bills.
But Solly, do you think he has another year left in him, the way you're seeing him?
They can pad him up for that. He's behaving like Buhari. He doesn't want to step down. You know, he should have stepped down since and just giving this woman the power. But what was all this disgrace that he knows? Is it as if he doesn't know that he's doing all these things? So why didn't he step down since? Why is
he went and told them that he was a professor in some Minnesota university for 4 years, when everybody knows that he was not a professor anywhere for 4 years. And then he's shaking thin air and he's high-fiving.
Americans will stand and be defending this thing. you know, even if he just takes off his clothes and just start giving speech, they will still.
It's not far from that. It's not far from taking off his shirt.
Very delusional. Just accept that you voted for the wrong person.
Do you think Donald Trump will be throwing his coffee at the television and say, "I lost to this"?
I don't think he'll care. I think he saw that presidency as a golden goose to boost all
business opportunity. Yes,
and his friends' businesses, and 4 years. To do that.
He never thought he would ever be president. He just wanted publicity for his businesses.
Exactly.
And as he kept on going, he said, Mama, and before you knew it, he was never intended on being president. But then I think he enjoyed it when he got it. But I know.
Yes, he enjoyed it for the fact that he wants to come back. And I believe that if you
do you think, I've always held this thought, but I want to, sorry, I cut you midstream there. I've always held this thought, but I want to see what you make of it. Do you think the American presidency is too important a position to be left to the American electorate? Do you think that it's actually the United Nations that should be determining who should be the American president?
No, one man. Look at the United Nations. I didn't know it's not Ban Ki-moon that was praising Buhari recently. Let the U.S.A. do their own thing.
But you don't think that position is too important for Americans to decide?
They have a very good working structure. It's not a structure like Nigeria where Buhari will tell EFCC to stop and they will stop. Their structure it works well with or without the president. Their structure works well with or without anybody being the head. So even they even have state police, they even have jurisdiction. Even when the crime, if a crime is committed from one state to another state, they have another form of police. So everything is structurally well done. That's why they have somebody like Joe Biden there, and the country is still, is still standing. So it doesn't really matter. The UN should not participate. Those UN, I don't know what they're up to, but. They are not solving a lot of problems. They are really, I don't see what they are doing.
They are not solving any problem at all, is the thing, not just a lot, but any.
But they have a lot of military weapons in almost every country. Why?
I think the United Nations essentially is there for the Western countries to weigh down upon third world countries and other countries. I'm not sure that it's there to serve other than the Western interest, so that they can quickly gather troops together and throw it at your country or any other, They're not there for anybody.
Peace making mission.
Peacekeeping or whatever,
Yes, peacekeeping mission. I've seen their handiwork in Cyprus, North and South Cyprus, So anyway.
All right, thank you. So let me take you to the space. We're still with America, but they've now approved the sale of some high-tech fighter helicopters for the Nigerian military. So suggesting now that all these excuses that we don't have equipment, we are this, that, and the other, the excuses of the Nigerian military is starting to wear thin. Because not long ago they had these Tucano helicopters, now Tucano fighter jets. Now they are getting all these high-tech helicopter jets or military whatever. So the excuses essentially of not being suitably equipped is starting to wear out.
One man, do you know that we have enough equipment to take over Niger? In a short period of time.
They are not under-equipped,
So I agree with Ajani Koko on that they are not intelligent. But I also disagree because they are intelligent enough to steal. They are not just focused. They steal money for weapons. They underpay the military. You know, soldiers will have to be begging. Soldiers are skinny. Look at Nigerian army. The soldiers are skinny. They look malnourished. And an army officer is supposed to look like a bodyguard. Look at what we have, toothpicks. They are fighting for Eba and Egusi inside buckets. You know, that was police anyway, but I wouldn't assume that the military is any different.
Is this some viral clip that is going
Yes.
around?
Yes.
You have to send it. You have to send it to me.
There was a viral clip of the army where they stay when they are trying to fight Boko Haram. They are fighting off snakes. They are fighting off spiders. They are fighting off scorpions. The battle has not even begun because they are not even giving them proper spaces to. These people, they are not even giving them ordinary tent. You know, they're just.
You know, we did a session.
Shields, basically, they're basically human shields.
We did a session once on the army spend, and I think this year or last year they had a budget of about 570 something billion naira as their budget, 570 something, and out of that, it was only about 20 billion that was dedicated towards buying equipment. Out of a budget of 570 something billion naira, only 20 odd billion naira was towards equipment. So what happens to the 550 billion left? You know, so this is where what we see. You know, because we hear all this headline equipment, oh, fighter jets, hurrah, oh, helicopter military attack, hurrah. But really, what they need are these tents, these boots, these night vision goggles, these really high caliber precision long range missiles that can get to the Boko Harams, you know, a lot quicker than the Boko Haram can send their bullets. So these are the things: a bulletproof vest, you know, suitable equipment, all this, you know, just real kits. These are kits. If you see the American, we can't call, of course, we can't draw parallels, but we have to use that as the template towards which to reach. If you see them going to war, it's almost what they carry in itself is almost their body weight in equipment, completely kitted out. And you send these people with cutlass to go and be fighting.
One man, you said Abuki in Kano, or is it Kaduna, said he wanted to bring mercenary.
Yes, Kaduna.
Why can't they just hire people that will, international people that will just check into the books, check into the accounts, and fix all these things? If they fix the accounts, how much money do you think Nigeria would have in excess if all the accounts are checked, and not by black people or white people from Europe in an international organization? That country will be fixed.
You know, Solid, that's one of the areas that the country has yet to tackle. The military, the security budget is never interrogated. You know, they'll tell you that it's security sensitive, but the real reason is that they give them a lot of money to satisfy them so that they don't plot coups against them. Yes. So they don't audit the account of the army. They don't audit the account of the navy. They don't audit the account of the police. They don't audit any of their accounts. So these guys just present broad statements to say, okay, we spent the money on equipment. So there's no audit trail. There's no accountability in that space.
One man, do you know why I said that they should bring a team of internationals? If the military wants to go on an attack back, are they going to kill 100 white people that are probably from America?
No, they will plot coup and remove you from office is what they'll do.
Oh, wow.
That's it now. That's why they don't audit their account. You know, it's a payoff sort of their account. You know, it's not really their budget. It's just
but who plots the coup? Is it not the head? So the soldiers.
No. Traditionally, it's usually the lieutenants. That, you know, whenever you hear the coup, lieutenant general something. So it's never really the topmost because they get the big bags of money.
One man, why are there no coups in places like the UK or the US? Are there
because they are civilized countries now?
No. But it's something that can happen. Are there deterrents to things like this?
No, I don't think their governance is structured for that sort of. I think there's been insurgencies in the past when they savage. I don't know if you heard of the Bolshevik revolution in Russia when they used to have a Tsar system, and then they guillotined their heads off to now have what they purport to be a democratic sort of system, but it's really some authoritarianism that they replaced. But then you heard of the French Revolution also, where the savage, and then they attempted that in England too. I can't quite recall the person that tried it, but they just got rid of the monarchical system and put in a democratic system. And the one thing that always holds these countries together, I've always said often, is like a homogeneity in culture. So broadly in the UK, it's English, Scottish, and that's it. You know, and the Scottish are in Scotland. There's like homogeneous to the space. It's just one Scotland. And the English are in England. They're just English. So there's a uniformity in their culture and being. It's only when you have this multi-ethnic sort of configuration, like Nigeria, some countries in the Asian cusp, you know, when they carve them together and they don't quite mix, that's where you really get the coups. So yeah, that's just my own theory.
Yoruba Nation, because
this is why we. Do you think there'll be a coup in Yoruba Nation, for instance?
Never. We never resort to such a high level of just unprovoked, unintelligent, and just unreasonable violence. You know, we just don't, because I don't think we're as tribal as the North. I don't think we're as tribal as the East. Even when
we're not as brutish as the North, because the North are still somewhat very much in their evolution, at least a century behind. They are still evolving from that.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, please. Where does Soli even come from? Soli, where do you come from?
I come from Ekiti, but I grew up Lagos all my life.
Okay, so you think the East is tribal? Why is everybody using that? Why is everybody using that?
Can I explain?
But the East are tribal. You know, they say the Yoruba people, and then they say
tribal. Why is the East everywhere in Nigeria?
X0, let me.
Because when it says the East, I know it means the Igbo.
No. I mean the East in general, the whole Eastern.
Yeah, you mean the Igbo, but you own what you mean now.
X0, look at it when I call it the North, the East. For example, we have New York. In New York, the way they behave in the North is different from the way they behave in the East, West, South. The way they behave in Florida is different from how they behave in New York. So I'm judging that peculiarity to Nigeria also. We have the Yoruba people. We are not tribal. You know, we are not that tribal. But when it comes to religion and our tribe, we choose Yoruba first. You go to the North, they are tribal. You go to the East, they are tribal. But when it comes to religion, they choose religion before tribe. Which is, you know, these are the peculiarities of the areas and the environment that you are in. Now, a Northerner can be fully aggressive in his ideas in the North. He can decide that he doesn't want to give access to somebody from the East to things that are higher than him, or someone from the West to things that are higher than him. He would come to the West expecting the same thing, but you will realize that in the West, we don't care. If you are an Igbo man, if you like buy our land, we don't care. Just do it legally. Pay me, take the land. If you work hard enough to be my boss, you will be my boss. Nobody is going to try to fight you for that position. Nobody is going to try to kill you or poison you. Look at Oyo State. We have an Igbo woman as inspector. Nobody's complaining. That is a high position. Nobody has said anything. But now you go to the East. If you give
an Igbo woman as what? As inspector of police.
She's something of police at the head in Oyo State. You can go.
But that's a federal appointment. In the East, there are all Northerners. There's no even Southerners.
Where is she situated? Is it not in the West?
No, that's what I'm saying. In the East, it is all Northerners that are commissioners of police and all those things.
And how do the people feel about?
Go ahead. I get your drift.
Exactly. So
go ahead. I get your drift. I get your drift.
So the people have this kind of tension because they have this feeling like they are being conquered. The reason why they feel like that is because they are thinking tribally. Do you understand why they are feeling that tension? It's the same thing that happens in the north. So if you are not thinking tribally and you are thinking, okay, this is my people, with the space that I am in, the space that I'm giving to, we should try and protect each other and work together for progress, you will not have that tension. And also this comes from distrust. Why is there distrust? It's because of tribal reasons also. When you are tribal, you are not thinking logically. You are always trying to fight for your own side of things, your own side of the bed, your own side of the meat, your own part of the meat, your own side, instead of working together. You know, you thrive in the West.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Can I say something?
Yes, you
can. You use land, acquisition of land and all those things to assess the East as being tribal. I think that is completely wrong, because that is the, well, I'm coming, let me just finish. If that is the yardstick for measuring tribalism, the same thing, if you go to Cotonou, if you go to Congo, if you go to Cameroon, if you go to South Africa, is the Easterners, Nigerian, Igbo Nigerians that are more there. The thing is, they are more traveling. So if they travel out and they see opportunities, of course, they are business people, they will take it. If Yorubas travel out and they see opportunities, they will take it. I don't think it has anything to do with their tribalism. That is why the Yorubas or any other person don't get land.
Do you feel like someone from the East is more protective about his land in the East than someone from the West? More, he has this kind of sentimental protection and emotional, like, okay, this is the land of our forefathers. This is, sentimental value added to the land. Do you think it happens more in the East than the West?
I will ascribe a different reasoning to it, not the way you put it, because you are putting it like the Easterner has anything to do with lands because he wants to protect it. Rather, I will look at it from the angle of the Easterner himself wants to build in his land, because it's like a thing of
that means you are being domineering about it. You are being domineering about it.
Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you, because I'm from the East too, and I can explain certain things to you.
I understand what you are saying. You want to build there because that is your land, and that is where you feel like, okay.
If you get it clearly, if you get my point clearly, you will be able to critique it from a better perspective.
Okay, I'll listen.
You see, when after the war ended, everybody had nothing, so they had to go out and look for. You understand? Every other tribe were okay. The Easterners, whether you had 5 billion in your account, you were stuck with 20 pounds. So everybody became a hustler, a determined hustler. And when they went out, that's why you see the Easterners go out a lot. So when they went out, as they were, those that achieved quickly were coming back home to build. You understand? So it now became a thing of an achievement to build. That is why when you go to buy the land, the members of that family are already trying to come and build. That's why maybe you might not get the land. Don't forget that that East, when you measure the land mass of the entire East, it's not as big as Oyo State, the entire East. You understand it now?
Yes,
so that is where
most countries though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what I'm saying is, it's not as big as certain states.
You see, you are still comparing
the entire. No, I'm not. The entire.
You're not being tribal means comparing. You are comparing things.
No, but if you understand what I was saying, if you understand the point of view, if you go to a land, to a place, and you want to buy land, and you don't get it, it is because the land is not available. But if you go to a place and you want to buy land and you get it, it is because the land is available. You understand? If I go to Lagos now, I want to buy land and they tell me no, I will know that that land is not available. It is where land is available that I will get. Don't forget that the Lagos was the headquarters of Nigeria, so everybody flocked there. Just like everybody is flocking to Abuja now. So that is the reason why you see that the place is more cosmopolitan. If the East becomes the headquarters, it will be more cosmopolitan because there will be federal land and there will be federal might in that place, which means the place will be more open. So if you judge it by that, every family one, it looks like people are, it's like what will I put it? An affirmative action, not to give land to all outsiders. No, I don't think that is because I'm from the East and I know this.
Do you feel or do you think that it will be easy for a northern person, or do you feel like he will be welcome to come to the East, even if there is free land, to build a family house or start a company there?
Okay, I will throw that question back to you. So, that you will see the resilient. I want to throw it to you so you see the resilient spirit of the people that have conquered those lands that they are in. The North, you and I know how difficult the North is. Because every single time there will be riot. I'm coming. I'm coming. I know I'm coming. I will explain it to you.
Don't compare.
I'm not comparing, but can you just let me finish my point?
Okay.
Can you just let me finish my point?
Okay.
Everybody who has lived in the North know how volatile the North is. The North is the most volatile place in the whole of Nigeria. When it comes to religious riots, the North is the most volatile. Every small thing, it has started. Every small thing, it has started. During the pogrom period, they massacre a lot of people in this. Did that stop the Igbo man from going there to build?
No.
I'm asking you, just answer that question, yes or no. Hey, good.
Sorry, what conversation are you having? Because you've lost me somewhat. You've lost me somewhat. Way back to the Eastern something, but we never leave that space. As Exero left us, so he has left us.
He didn't answer my question. I know
You say you should never have mentioned the East. You know we don't mention the East on this platform anymore. It just leads to a fight. But round off your thoughts on that space, Solly, and then I want to start to round off because it's past to the.
I haven't forgot what space I was talking about.
Okay, speak on this space then. Let me give you just a topic to speak on, just by way of rounding off. So Osinbajo drums 2023 group drums support for Osinbajo's presidency in Ibadan. So, I mean, never mind all the criticism and the Iscariot narrative, he continues to march on an unstoppable force, Osinbajo.
One man, remember when Osinbajo invited those people from APC and had sit-down meeting with all of them? This was their speech after they left. They didn't even... That's okay, this man has... And you said something that, what if they are just trying to trick us, you know, with this play and make him back down?
I'm sorry, the thing went off. I don't know what happened.
You have to let people be critical sometimes of the East, you know, X0. I
was just trying to explain my side, but he's right to say that it is not easy to get lands in the East. I, of course, know that. Even me, myself, I wanted my father to get lands for me. It was tough. You understand?
It's almost impossible for a non-indigent to get land in the East. Who will sell it to you?
But you know, you have to also look at it from the point of that place is small. Have you seen the landmass of the East compared to Oyo State?
Stop comparing. Do you know that is part of?
You know why I'm saying this?
Do you know that is part?
You know why I'm saying this? You know why I'm saying this? Because okay. I'm into farming. I'm into farming. I looked for land even in the East.
Okay, but Lagos does not have space too, though. If you want to compare, but you can still get land.
No, it is now that you say Lagos does not have space. Those who are, of course, people who are coming to Lagos now know that there's a degree, there's a level. That's why I said there's a way a place will be more cosmopolitan. Businesses will be happening every now and then. People who can sell and buy and resell. People do that a lot. But the East has never been cosmopolitan because there's never been federal government presence.
Okay, excellent.
You know, if the federal government has a seaport, an airport, a this, a that, a this, there will be federal presence there. That means people who are coming in know that this is a cosmopolitan place where if you turn left or right, you see a Calabar and a Jaw and Hausa and Shekiri. You know, the East is not like that.
Okay,
you understand me?
One question: do you feel like the East is tribal?
Of course, the East, I will not say they are tribal in terms of being marginalizing other people. I would say it's a tribe. Of course, it's a place that has not been diluted with a lot of other ethnic groups. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
And another question: do you feel like being tribal is an impediment to your progression in the East?
Come again. You say if I think the East is
being tribal. Do you see or do you understand that being tribal is an impediment to the progression in the East?
That's why I'm trying to explain to you that the reason why the Southwest is the way
it's not about the reason. It's
and
not
it
about
has
the
no
reason.
choice. If
I asked you, do you understand or do you feel like being tribal is an impediment to the progression of the East? It's a yes or no question. It's not about reason. The North too can say, okay, I have my reason, so blah 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 blah. It's not about.
But I just explained to you. I just explained to you something.
Yes or no?
I don't know if you got it. The North, even you and I can testify that the North is the most volatile place in Nigeria.
Okay,
but if you go there,
the question I asked.
No, he answer the question directly. He asked you directly.
If they are being tribal is an impediment.
Yes.
To the progression of the East.
I never said they are tribal. I never said they are tribal. That's what you don't understand. Tribal is you are giving it a different meaning. The place by nature is not that diluted. That I will agree. And if you want to use that the place is still homogeneous as an impediment, of course it will always be an impediment because everybody, any place, most of the places that are thriving in the world today, they are cosmopolitan areas. Yeah. If you watch even in Europe, places where there is a cultural multiplicity, there are less racism. You understand it? But it is not by their own will that the East is the way it is. It is the federal government has just not been there. Simple. If Lagos, for instance, which was made capital by the federal government, was to be a place in the East has no choice than to open up. You understand it? That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Because the Igbo man by nature is a friendly man.
All right.
Let me just finish my narrative on Osinbajo.
Yes, it's a space that there can never be any breakthrough in that space because the more you push it, the more the conversation will spin to
But one man, you can see Igbo man everywhere now, everywhere around you.
In answer to what you just said, I sometimes say that the Igbo person, you see them every single where in the world. There's no place on this planet that you will see an Igbo man, but they never leave their village. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I understand you because that's
they never leave their village because they're still wherever they are. They're still that tribal Igbo, but just within in a different locality. They are still. I'm not sure that they assimilate in any space to imbue any other culture. So they just go to wherever for commerce and then make their way back to. I don't know, man, but I'm not. I'll be lying to you if I tell you that I don't see them as tribal people too. But
I think somebody has even said this thing one time. I think there's a woman activist who said the Igbos, they're always business conscious. They have this business tradition where they bring in one person and after they bring another person, that's how they make money, and they spread the money around themselves. But they never bring in a Yoruba man to come and do that.
Okay, Exiro, see this thing that you just said. For example, this is how a Yoruba man mind will work. A Yoruba man is not looking for if they give a contract and they give it to an Igbo person or an Hausa person. A Yoruba man is not looking at they gave it to an Igbo man a Yoruba man is looking at they gave it to a black man. Do you understand? Our first point in our head will not be is Igbo, is Ijo, is Hausa, is Fulani. Our first thought, being detribalized, will be they gave it to a black man.
You see. So let me tell you something. A Yoruba guy will ever get Igbo. Do you know why I say that? Yoruba guy, no, if Igbo guy was there, Yoruba would develop. You will help Yoruba develop. That's why Yoruba will have
No,
Igbo guy
Jake,
develop the
Jake, a
attitude.
Yoruba guy would do business with who is more comfortable with, whether it's Igbo, whether it's Hausa, whether it's
So
Fulani.
ask
We
this
do
question.
not do by tribe.
Ask this question.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Who developed Yoruba land? Ask that question.
We don't think like that.
Charles,
Jake.
you're out of your mind if you keep saying Igbos
Yes,
develop
you have
Yoruba
it in
land.
your mind.
Stop
We
believing that
don't
bullshit
think
your
like that.
parents
We
taught you,
just
okay?
see them as black people.
Solly, let me say
I don't
something real
know.
quick.
Sometimes, anytime I enter this show, this man just enters. He has come in again.
Well, let me one man. Let me.
Let's hear from. Hold on, everybody. Let's hear from Mike, and then you have the final word, X0, and then I'll shut down. So let's hear from Mike, and then X0 gets the final word. Yeah.
Yeah, I just calling to debunk this 20-pound saga. If you look at actually this guy Edo Tony just type in the comments, say, man, it's high time somebody debunk this 20-pound saga. And I had to call in today because I heard Vin yesterday too. You know, came out with that 20-pound saga about we all started from scratch. Every one of us got 20 pounds, and I keep hearing it. No, it's high time someone debunk it. Now let me tell you something. You see that 20 pounds back then, it was equivalent to about $200 today. You understand? It's equivalent to about $200 today. Now, people will come here and say every Igbo person, all of them, even the one that had millions, started with 20 pounds. That's a complete lie. Big lie. First of all, a lot of Igbo elites they moved back to Biafra for one. They were still either in Lagos or some of them moved to London or other country. And even the one that moved back to the east, they did convert their hard currency to Biafran currency. People that lost their money were people that converted their currency to Biafran currency, because that Biafran currency was a scam created by Ojukwu and his elites, because he created a currency that had no value anywhere in the world. They had nothing, no value outside of Igbo land. It was just mere paper. So a lot of the poor, uneducated Igbos that move with their maybe will last $1 in their pocket or $2, because average Nigeria usually have less than $1 in his pocket, just like today. They went and gave Ojukwu their money and in return for paper, Biafran currency. Now Ojukwu took all their money, were using it to fund the war, to buy weapons and all those things. And at the end of the war, the rest that was still left, he ran away with it. But the Igbo rich one, they were not dumb enough, because they were educated and knew that Biafran currency was nothing outside of Igbo land. They never converted their money, and they still had their money before and after the war. And the poor ones, after the war, Awolowo gave them 20 pounds, making every one of them jump, leapfrog ahead of every other Nigerians. Because today, an average poor Nigerian has less than $1 in his pockets. Even which was the same case back then. An average Northerner or even Westerner, they had less than $1 in his pocket. Now, every Igbo person, all of a sudden, had like $200 in his pocket right after the war, which actually, that policy actually pushed them ahead of everybody else in Nigeria. All of a sudden, you have everybody from one tribe it's like today now, the Nigerian government created a policy, say everybody from this tribe will give every one of you $200. Wouldn't they put them way ahead of everybody else when an average person from other tribe does not have a dime in his pocket? Now, their elites, someone like Patu Tom, if you read his story, he said during the war, his father, all of them, they flee to Lagos because they didn't want to be in the east. So you're telling me that Patu Tommy's father didn't have a dime right after the war, then they only started with 20 pounds? That's a lie, man. So this notion that every Igbo person just didn't have anything.
Okay, I don't know who you are trying to apologize for.
No. We need to debunk it, because it's utter bullshit that you guys keep saying.
No. I think you need to just keep it low, because you are actually out of the whole scope. That is a very wrong thesis. I don't know if I should call you Mike the theorist now. Where are you bringing this theory from?
I'm just debunking. So
do you want to tell me
which part of my point is a lie? Which part of my point is a lie?
Listen, because I've seen a documentary, even a known writer who was doing very well before the war. His name is Cyprian Ekwensi. Go and look at what he began to do after the war. So don't just bring theories that don't make sense. Cyprian Ekwensi began to sell artifacts. A man who was made before the war. Don't say things you don't know, man.
How made was he?
Who is giving you this fact? Who's giving you these facts?
You can't
You're
debunk
just
that.
spewing what
Okay,
you
which
don't
part of
know.
my argument is a lie? Give me an example. Which part of my argument is a lie?
I just gave you an example of a writer, Cyprian Ekwensi. Nobody knows who doesn't know him. After the war, he came back from 20 pounds. He was selling books. I think that this thing is even on YouTube. He began to sell lantern, slippers, and all those things.
Okay,
that was before the war. Before he now made it again.
So you're saying that was the case for every Igbo person? Is that what
hold on, let me come. The likes of Ojuku's father, Louis Ojuku, is the first millionaire or even billionaire in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Though they later,
I don't know is the first, but anyway,
some of their
that's
properties.
a different argument. You see?
No. They later retrieved some of their properties. But before then, he was the first. That war reduced a lot of people. And the 20-pound theory is what happened.
The war made Ojuku richer, for one. And he made a lot of his gang, his elites, even richer.
Man, please, I don't like to hear stories that are not.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there may not be individuals that exist like that man you mentioned that lost everything. There's no question. But the point I'm trying to make is the idea that every Igbo person in Nigeria in this world had nothing after the war and started with 20 pounds, and all of a sudden they are so smart that they outperform everybody else and became so rich. These are propaganda that you guys preach a lot, man. As if the rest of us are so dumb, you guys are so super smart, and you only have 20 pounds, while the rest of us, because you came here and said everybody else has something. As if the rest of us were all doing good, and you guys just came with 20 pounds and just came and just outsmashed everybody else. Which who was doing good? Nigeria was always, people were masses were always poor. That's the fact. The masses of Nigeria, just like today, we always have like less than $1 in their pockets. So the idea that everybody else was doing good, you guys actually, every one of you came out of the war with $200 ahead of everybody else. Because that 20 pounds was equivalent to $200 back then. And that's the favor Awolowo did to you guys. But today, you guys turn around demonizing the guy, flip the whole thing, trying to look opposite the way it actually is. Because in reality, no society would have done that. Because that 220 pounds is not Igbo people's money. That money was Nigerian people's money. Even though Igbo people destroy the whole.
You see why the Igbo man will always disagree with you. In one breath, you said Ojukwu was a criminal, and now you hear praising Awolowo. Which Igbo man will listen to you?
But it's the fact Ojukwu was a criminal because he scammed his people. Why would you tell people to give you all their money and give them paper? That's a scam. He scammed his own people. Why would you tell them to give you their real money when Biafra currency cannot be exchanged anywhere?
Ojukwu is a king in Igbo land. You cannot
that's the mistake you guys are making, and that's why a lot of people don't respect you guys.
Just praise your own
because you make a criminal a king. The same way you make Nnamdi Kanu a scammer a king. That's why people can't respect you guys. You know?
And if they call Awolowo a criminal, you say somebody is
because he is not a criminal.
Because
if Awolowo was a criminal and you call him a criminal, I will agree with you. But Awolowo was not a criminal.
I'm not here to. I don't want to reduce my conversation to.
No, this is not an insult. I'm just telling you. I'm speaking based on facts.
No, but you are used to this kind of things. You are used to it. So
people committed a lot of crimes. That's why I call him a criminal. It's not because I don't like. It's not simply because I'm insulting your tribe. If you're using 10-year-old boys to go and fight war, that's a crime. That's a war crime.
You're always acerbic, man.
No, if you are using child soldiers, that's a war crime, and it's a fact that Ojukwu use child soldier. So if I call him a criminal, it's because he committed crimes, terrible crimes.
Yeah, and
if you tell your people to bring their money, their real money for paper currency, Biafran currency that's worth nothing anywhere in the world, he scammed them, and after the war, he ran away with their money. That's a crime. So the guy was the criminal, and why would you not call him a king? Why would you call a criminal a king?
People be here to generation to come.
The same thing Kanu is doing today is scamming his poor Igbos. You tell them to bring money that will give them Biafra. That's a crime. So you guys should stop making criminals your kings or your leaders.
Do you feel good now? Are you okay? Are you satisfied?
No, I just came to debunk lies. That's all. You guys need to stop this lie about Igbo man is everything. He's so smart. They give you 20 pounds and the rest of us were so dumb and you outperform us.
Igbos were they are doing very well before the war. The war took a lot of.
No, the war helped. After the war helped you. The government helped you.
And you are not happy that they have recovered.
Let me add what Edo Tony is saying from Facebook. He's saying, my father's first land, which he bought, my father's first land, which he built our first house, the land was bought for £1.20. So if an Igbo man was given 20 pounds after the war, was a big cheat for the rest of Nigerians. So that's
Thank you.
essential. Yeah.
Not only that, one man, Gowon was even creating a training program, job
Woman.
training program. He was rehabilitating the East. You understand? He was spending
Woman,
sending a lot of Igbos
I'm going to finish.
to go and get job training. And many of them, and not the rest of Nigeria. So Gowon really helped them out, man. Gowon and Awolowo really
You said
helped
I'm
them
going
out.
to finish. Give me my time.
The way they will thank Awolowo is to start saying the man took their money and gave them 20 pounds. Like said, 20 pounds was 20 kobo. They make it look like it's 20 kobo.
All right. The final word to X0 without interruption. Without interruption.
Yes,
so the final word
please
to
stop his mic because he's going to interrupt.
No.
Now listen.
I told him not to. Yeah.
Now listen. Nobody is going to call somebody who doesn't have credits, who doesn't have anything to his name, and give him 20 pounds. The 20 pounds is for people who had monies in the banks. No matter how much you had, you were given 20 pounds because it is lower than what you had. So don't come here and spew anything from your head. No 20 pounds was given to somebody who doesn't have an account, who doesn't have money to lose. It was given to those who lost money. So get yourself your facts right before you now start. This is not the minister of humanitarian whatever who claims he's giving money cash to people, to ghosts. Nobody was giving money that he didn't deserve, he didn't earn. The monies were shared to people who had accounts already, who had money to lose. They lost a lot of money. So don't come here and spew rubbish. Nobody ever gave the Igbo man a headway or a head start in anything. He worked for everything. He saved all these things in the bank. And after the war, everything was taken from him. If you had 1 million, you were given 20 pounds. That is it. And that remains the fact. Don't come here and
Charles, I said without interruption.
We are not illiterates here now. Who will just come? If 5 people had accounts in your bank, you now go and call 20 other people who don't have and give them 20 pounds. Is it done? If you are a banker, will you do that to your bank? Nobody does that. It is the list. They check the list of people who own money and they were shortchanged. That's how it is. You're just not happy that they have come back. The Igbos have bounced back, and this time there's no stopping them. They are all over the world. Look at your Dangote. Look at Dangote. Look at all they've given to him. Still, they are still scared of the Igbo man. An Igbo man, you know, of an Igbo man who makes cement.
No one is scared of Igbo man. No one is scared of Igbo man.
Ibeto, up to today, Ibeto cannot sell cement in that country. So many other businessmen were stopped from doing anything just because they want only one man.
Really?
If an Igbo man was given that opportunity,
and you don't go to court. Nigeria don't have judicial system. They stop you. You can't take them to court. And someone is stopping you somewhere.
Oh, you
all these lies, man. All these lies, man.
You take Dangote to court. Mr. Which world are you living in?
All right, gentlemen, that's a good spot to stop it. You should not have opened up that. It was I blame you, Solly. You opened up that space. So I'll leave it there. Yeah, so I'll leave it there. Carry conversation over in the comment section. But here I say peace. Thanks, guys.